What a striking picture. First of all, the subject, and also the frame is very elaborate. What can you tell me about this picture?
Well, not a great deal. I bought it about 30 years ago, and I had a nursing home with a huge hall, and it was very dark, and all we could see was the goat, nothing behind it. My mother kept saying to me, for goodness sake, throw that old picture away. And I said, no, one of these days I'll have it restored.
Yes.
So just about when we were getting married, I had the picture restored.
Right.
And it's 27 years ago.
Gosh.
And it's kept its colour.
It really has, really has. Can I ask how much it costs to restore the frame?
Quite a bit of money, something like £200.
£200. And the restoration?
I think it was 500,
500.
which was a lot of money. But behind, I mean, we could never see this wonderful view with the shepherd.
Exactly.
We just thought it was a goat.
Well, I think there's quite a lot of things to be said here. I mean, first of all, was it your mother's advice was not very good to throw the picture away?
No.
Because that's crazy. And also, tastes change. And I've been looking at this picture now for a few minutes, and I have to say, it is incredibly striking, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's by an artist called Roos, P.P. Roos, who was also called Rosa de Tivoli.
Yeah.
He has this rather dark palette and a typical way of painting, and actually once you get to see Roos's work, it sticks in the mind, you recognise it. So it's fairly, when you see it, you think, that's by Roos or Rosa de Tivoli. Now, as I said, fashions change, and I have to say, in the last 25 years, I think his work has become less fashionable. People don't really want dark colours.
No.
And also, sheep and goats, not everyone's cup of tea.
No.
And you know, we're all much more sort of into minimalist, aren't we? And sort of bright, strong colours.
Yeah.
Gosh, the frame is bright, isn't it? And that,
Yes,
I have to say,
very
is
bright.
not contemporary with the picture, and I think slight detracts from the picture.
Yeah, well, I'd hoped that it would mellow down.
Mellow down, yes,
But it
yes.
simply hasn't.
But I'm afraid it's just a good old plaster mould frame with a wood base. But nonetheless, yeah, it's a very handsome piece, the combination of the picture. I wouldn't like to meet this goat on a dark night, would you really?
No,
I mean, it
indeed.
looks like he means trouble.
Yes, he's got a very wicked eye.
He has got a wicked eye, hasn't he? Well, I guess something like this, if it came up for auction, between £6,000 and £10,000, that sort of price. Thank you very much for showing it to me
Thank
anyway.
you.
I found it in my boyfriend's house, which is quite an old dilapidated place with lots of rooms. It was up in an attic room, coated in dust, obviously not cared for very much. So he said, would I like to look after it, as I clearly did like it. A little while later, we discussed what would become of it, if we should part or anything else happened.
Right.
And by then, he was using a viola that belonged to me. And so we decided we'd both be very happy with the arrangement that he would keep the viola and I would keep the cupboard.
So what do you know about it as an object?
I'm afraid nothing, because his family over the years has been left all sorts of bits of furniture, so we don't know how old.
Well, that's easy, in fact. It's made of mahogany, and it's made in Holland. It's Dutch marquetry, which was very, very popular in the 17th century and was revived in the early part of the 19th century. And it's exactly to when this dates to. And one of the easiest ways of dating this really is the door. You've got this lovely sort of Gothic arch, so Gothic revival arch, which would come into England and Northern Europe in around the 1810, 1820 period. It's amazing, I find, in the early 21st century that we still find things in the attic. What's the viola worth?
Well, it was an English handmade one that I paid about £700 for.
Right, so is it a good swap or not? Right, well this is worth between £700 and £800.
Really? Well, then we're both very happy still, so
No winners, no losers, that's perfect.
gosh.